This is On Tilt Trading. I'm here to review where I'm at with the $1 to $100 trade challenge here. So up here on my screen you can see Doge up. I'll bring your attention to my balance. So starting with $100 yesterday and today, trading the open of the U.S. market. Right now I'm currently in 10 positions here at the open. I'm going to cover 3 of these positions that I'm in, and we'll briefly just surmise the rest. Right now, unrealized P&L is looking pretty good for today, and we'll see if we can get some continuation and hit some profit targets and hopefully move this over to here. But we'll see how it goes. So first up, we've got Doge. So Doge, I noticed setting up. This is R3 here. My trade idea is, we'll go down here to the 15-minute. We'll need a bigger chart. We're having an inside day today, and the cams are wide, so it's difficult. Actually, I'm going to need the daily on this. It's difficult to keep the cam ranges on my chart so I can view. Here we've got the daily, and even then it's hard. You can see they're pretty tight here, but I'll give you an idea of where I'm trading here. It's going to be tricky even with that. Let's try a 4-hour. But this is an R3 to an S3 traverse. Yeah, it's going to be tricky to see on these. But my goal is to go to S3, so making a traverse from one end of the range, the high end of the range, to the low end of the range. We've already made a new low for the day, so we're approaching it quickly here. Let's move over to Ethereum. Maybe we can get one of these. Let's see. I'll break down my entry here. So what we're seeing here, to put my charts into perspective, these are candlesticks. This is a volume profile. This is an RSI, a relative strength indicator, and down here this is a MACD. So I use these to trade off of. And then these purple lines that you see, this purple line that you see here and these purple lines that you see down here, these are Camarilla pivot points. So this is R3 right here. Up here this is R4. And then down here, this is R3. Here's this is a 4-hour chart. I don't normally trade off of it, but I'll switch to the 15. Okay. This will help put things into perspective. Let's go with the 15-minute chart here. Well, first we'll bring up the 1 minute. So we have 1 minute and we have 15 minute. So the 1 minute, I take my entries and exits off of the 1 minute, but I mainly trade here off the 15 minute. Keep an eye on what's going on here. So we can see the high volume profile here. We can see here we're overbought here. We've got separation between the MACD and the average. not a lot of momentum. But we can see here after the open, we've got the relative strength is declining into an oversold area, and we've got more separation between this is the MACD and this is the average right here. We're starting to get some divergence here, and we can see we've got momentum with the sellers. So sellers are in control and forcing the price action lower here as we're trading here into this is the US Open. We'll break down the 1 minute chart. So here in the 1 minute, we've got a elevated volume profile. We've got price action. The relative strength index is in an oversold position here, and we've got the MACD. We've got momentum for the sellers here. We've got separation of the MACD from the average, and then we get some consolidation here, this area, which coincides with the consolidation in this area here. And now we're getting separation again from MACD and the average, and momentum here on the sellers are coming in, moving deeper. So just one order just filled. All right. So this is what I'm seeing here with price action. This was my first entry here. This was my first entry here. This entry held. My stop loss is back here. This held, but sometimes what I may do is, just to get a better price, I'll go ahead and cut the trade off at a one risk loss here, and then okay, so Cardano just hit profit target. So I exited and then re-entered with a tighter stop and a better price just to get a feel. So I don't always do that, but Ethereum was, or as far as in my entry, I took an entry, but it wasn't during pullback. I got some pullback, and then it started selling off again. I took the entry just to make sure that I had the trade on. And then when it pulled back again, I took the trade again. So I'll zoom in and explain what I mean by that. And I did the same thing on Bitcoin. You'll see that too. So here, I take the entry here. This initial sell-off, you can see it coincides here with the things that I was talking about: volume, oversold. And then we've got the separation from MACD and a little momentum. So this candle pulled back a bit. I thought about taking the entry there, but I missed it, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be more or not. When this candle formed, I went on and took it since it broke below this level for selling here. Of course, it pulls back properly, so I cut the position here, re-entered. So I just take the loss. I'll recover the difference with the difference in price from any profit taking if it works out. But from a psychological perspective, looking at your P&L and seeing that you've got a trade that's out of position, that's causing you some stress, even though you lose money when you cut the trade. To me, psychologically, it frees me up, and I can just take a new trade, and then hopefully next time maybe get a better entry. Next, we'll go over to Bitcoin. Okay, same thing with Bitcoin that I was mentioning with Ethereum. These trades were taken at the same time. We can see here, got some pullback. can see here the drop, the same thing, volume profile, oversold, not much here on the MACD, even though the MACD is above the average and crosses under, so that will signal a sell there. So pull back, sold off and pull back again, cut the position, re-entered here at this position. So every position that I have today is short. After scanning the market overnight, seemed like everything was setting up to the short side. We're getting some pullback right now, or this could be reversing, but we'll see. Probably this area right here, this price level right here, will likely determine whether or not this is pullback or this is a reversal. We're coming back to R3 instead of going to S3. That's not the best line. But this area here. So if this area is defended, then we'll see what happens. We can do a lot better than this here. So we'll see this in real time, see how this holds up. So this is the area that'll need to be defended. So if we can, if sellers can keep the price below this level, I think we have a good chance of continuation to the sell side. You can see here we're very close to the low of the day. So this is where the pullback or the reversal here was initiated. Usually, or when I see pullback or when I see a breakout in any direction, whether or not it's continuation or a reversal, I typically will see pullback. I expect pullback. As you can see up here, when I took this trade in Ethereum, I didn't necessarily wait for pullback. The reason why I don't wait for pullback all the time, one, I can be impatient, and two, if I know I'm already in the position, in case pullback is less aggressive, that I'm already in there. Sometimes I enter a position and it just takes off, whether or not it sells off or it buys. So from a psychological perspective, I just like to go ahead and know that I'm in there. Once I'm in there, if I want to adjust how I am in there, then, or how I'm in the trade, then I will put on an additional position, and then I will immediately cut the old position off or exit out of the other position. So my goal is just to have one position, one trade on, and either to let it work or let it fail. And then if we get towards the end of the day, I'll just put some protection orders on and let it finish doing whatever it's going to do. So I try to interfere with the trades as less as possible. My goal is to reduce errors and just let the trades work if they're going to work. Trust my numbers, trust my system, and not have paper hands and jumping around and doing this and doing that, and just buying, selling, whatever I'm doing, and then just holding. And the main reason why I'm short today, everything that I've looked at, every currency pair that I've looked at, I'm noticing everything is below 40 in RSI on the daily. So how I make my trade decisions or my directions, whether or not I'm long or short, is based off of RSI, and whether or not the RSI is above or below the 50 level. So RSI is here. So this is the RSI down here, and this is the daily chart. So I'll run my mouse over the daily. So this is today. We can see the RSI is 33. It was 355, now 368, 414, but it's a 33. So when I'm seeing RSI, relative strength index is rated from 0 to 100, 50 being the midpoint. So to keep my trading system simple, if a currency pair is below a 50, I'm only going to look for short trades in that particular currency pair that day. If the currency pair has an RSI of 50 or greater than 50, then I'm only looking for longs in that scenario for that day. So even if it sells off from trading well, I'm just watching it, waiting for an opportunity. And I select currency pairs that are in areas based on these Camarilla pivots that are areas that are designated. There are areas that are designated as areas of interest, or areas where you want to take a trade. Nothing's guaranteed, but these are more ideal areas to take trades based on this system with these pivots. So today, the pivot was R3. So everything I'm trading here is from off of R3 down to S3, which you won't be able to see, but it's down here. And then I'll show you my positions. So ADA already closed out, so that was a successful trade. You can see that my balance from when we started is higher, so I was able to move a little over, so that's good. So we're a little closer to the goal, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes. If all goes well, we'll be a lot closer. This is On Tilt Trading. We'll see you next time.